Where was I before I started the activation method? Not in a good place, in a tough place, real tough place. We'll probably just leave it at that. Maybe the first pivotal shift came just before the activation method, where I said, I need some help. I know I need to change, but I don't know how. I know I need to learn some new things, but didn't know what that was. So that was probably the first one. The second one was incorporating decompression into my end of workday. That just allowed me to clear my head of all the work crap and be able to come home and not be still at work. That was huge. Just working through some meditation stuff and some gratefulness, just that extra little support you get. A kickstart, a sober second thought, sort of that outside perspective looking back at you. I know they talk a lot about the blind spots. People that you don't have a relationship with, that are able to say, hey, you need to do some work, or hey, you're doing great. That outside perspective that you're not tied to. My wife said it all the time, like, I don't understand why you need someone else to tell you this. I've been telling you it, but you have that relationship with her, and sometimes you just don't see that. And to have that outside view saying that is just, it's invaluable. Gave me a lot of skills from a relationship perspective that I just didn't know. I'm a big proponent of learning, and I really didn't know you could learn some of the relationship skill stuff. I wish I would have learned it years ago, but yeah, I just feel like I'm gonna be such a better dad and such a better husband just from the skills and the knowledge that I just didn't know existed. Go for it. What do you gotta lose, right? And why not? If you want to do it, just do it and immerse yourself in it, learn, and do it for yourself. I think you guys should advertise more. There was a lot of skepticism from me to sign up, and to be honest, I thought it was fraud at one point. So I think you guys need to maybe up your advertisement, because I think this stuff is pretty valuable. I think anything on the internet now is fraud, and I'm a banker. So there's that side of me, especially on the internet. Is it real? Your search came up when I was going through a tough time in my marriage. So you're not necessarily in the best frame of mind if someone tried to take advantage of you, because you're not in the best frame of mind, because you're struggling with stuff. I had a lot of skepticism going like, I don't know who these guys are. Sure. I sort of Googled some stuff and went, like, I think it's legit, but I'm still not sure, because you can make anything on the internet. And I can't remember what I was searching for. I think it was a Google search, and I don't remember what. I think I was just looking at articles and reading stuff about marriage, and yeah, it came up. Yeah, I'm just skeptical about anything that pops up on the internet, anything that, especially the price point too, right? I understand the price point, and then when you try to sort of look at other sort of mainstream media, there wasn't a lot there. But even when I signed up, I was still to Ryan, I was like, and I think you could reach a lot more people.